Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I got a question about online privacy. This is an interesting question. I get a few of these every once in a while. I've got some different takes than most people about it, obviously. You know a lot about me if you watch this channel, or if you watch Entreprogrammers. You check out the podcast, Entreprogrammers here, which some people have described as a dumpster on fire. Anyway, this question is from Ryan. He says, John, question for you. Since you have been blogging for a number of years under your name, are there any special precautions you take in order to keep your home address private, or at least hard to find? This is a concern I have since I plan on using my name on the blog. Also, my blogging schedule will be once a week on Sundays. Thanks, Ryan. So you might be wondering why Ryan said that his blogging schedule will be once a week on Sundays, and that's because I have a free course that you can sign up for here, which teaches you how to create a blog to boost your career, and it has lessons on creating a successful blog, and those lessons have homeworks. And one of those homeworks is to commit to what day of the week are you going to write the blog and to send me an email, and I respond to those emails, by the way. So, in regards to privacy, keeping my personal address private, I'll tell you a couple things. Well, first of all, let me give you my general philosophy, which is this. If someone wants to track you down to kill you, they're going to track you down and kill you. I know that sounds a little bit morbid, but you can't protect against that unless you have private security and all this stuff. And that's not going to happen unless you're like a multi-millionaire, billionaire. So what I'm saying is this: it's like you should take reasonable steps so that a deranged psychopath doesn't come to your house when you make a YouTube video that he disagrees with. But at the same time, you can't prevent against, there's certain vectors, attack vectors you can't prevent against. You can't really hide. If you use your name, if you use your face, right, someone can go and hire a PI to figure out where you live. Anyone with half a brain can figure out some location that you're at some particular time and follow you, right? They can talk to relatives or friends. Like, it's so easy to find someone's address or where they live that it's ridiculous. And there's so many data. Facebook knows where you live. Twitter knows where you live. Buying that data, criminal background search, right? You can pay $30 online to run a full background search on someone, and you're going to find out where they live. So keep those things in mind. So now, with that said, what do? I've got set up, I did a video on this. I have a service I use called Traveling Mailbox. You can check out the video there. And what I do is it's basically a virtual mail service. So I've got an address in North Carolina. I live in San Diego. Uh-oh, I told you where I live. Uh-oh. Anyway, I live in San Diego, but I have an address in North Carolina where it's my mailing address, where people send mail. They open up my mail and they scan it, and I can see it online. It goes into Evernote. It's pretty awesome service. Like I said, check out the video if you want to find out more. It's definitely worth signing up for. It really, really valuable to me. But so in my email address, in my emails, and anywhere that I put my mailing address, I put that address, and they'll also forward packages. So if someone wants to send me a package, or someone wants to send me I don't know, anthrax or a bomb or something, they could send it there, and someone else is responsible for opening it, not me, and I can have the package forwarded to me. Actually, they don't open the packages. I'm just playing there. But they will forward packages to me. So that gives me a reasonable level of protection, so I don't just have random people showing up at my door. I don't think anyone's, like I said, if someone wants to show up at my door to kill me, they're going to figure out how to do that. But if someone wants to show up just to bug me, that's going to prevent that, because they're not going to go through that process, right? I don't imagine that I'm enough of a celebrity that people are going to come to my door to just bug me. I mean, it could happen, whatever. If you're in the neighborhood, let's have coffee, right? I've run into a ton of people in San Diego that are like, hey, are you John Sonmez? And I'm happy to go and chat with them and have some coffee and stuff. So if you see me running by the way, feel free to interrupt me, and we'll chat for a little bit, and so don't be afraid to do that. So anyway, that's it. I don't think that that you can really reasonably protect yourself from that kind of stuff. I think people take personal security and privacy way, way too far. You know, I probably should do a whole video on this topic, but we live in an age now where, you know, Google Glasses sort of brought us into this age where you should realize at this point that when you are in public or you are public at all, that a reasonable degree of privacy for you is zero, because it's going to erode as more and more people you've got. I mean, I could have a camera on my watch, like I could have a camera, just like pinhole cameras are tiny, right? I could be running a camera recording everything at any time. The technology is only going to get better. You know, you can't expect that when you're in public that you've got any kind of privacy, or when you become a public figure. So you got to develop different strategies, which is how to deal with being public. And like I said, you know, for me in particular, I'm very public, right? I tell you guys, you know, I usually don't mention it too much here because I don't want to come off as bragging, but I do from occasion. You know, I've talked about how much money I make from Pluralsight royalties, from book royalties, from Simple Programmer. Definitely, as I mentioned, that Entre Programmers podcast, I give you everything, every detail of what, you know, of what I do, because I'm very transparent. I want to help you, and I feel like the best way to help you is for you to understand exactly what I'm doing, and for me not hide any of that stuff. A lot of people don't want to do that, but I don't see any real harm in it, right? I mean, maybe some people will get pissed off, but I think it'll do more good than harm. So me, like I said, I'm extremely transparent about it, but I'm also very realistic, knowing that anyone can find out this information if they really want to, and if someone means you harm, you can't prevent them from finding your address and stuff like that. I mean, unless you join the witness protection program. So anyway, good question though. I think this is important, and we're going to deal with more of these privacy issues and concerns. You know, and I'll say one last thing about this. If you just do decide to create a blog or to speak or to build a brand, one thing you have to realize about it is that you are going to be, to some degree, public figure, and you're going to have, your life is going to change in that way. It changes for me, right? I've got a lot of different responsibilities when I do go out in, you know, if I go to Disney or something like that where there's a lot of people, I'm probably going to end up talking to 2 or 3 people that watch this YouTube channel or that follow the blog and stuff, right? It's like you're going to give up some of your privacy, so you just have to know that. So anyway, great question. If you have a question for me, email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. And if you would like to get insights into my private life, click the subscribe button, because I share it all here on this YouTube channel. You can find out everything about me if you watch enough YouTube videos. I put out 2 to 3 videos a day on pretty much, you know, everything that's going on in my life if you watch long enough. And yeah, there you go. So anyway, hope you like this video, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.